Shooty hoops galore. Shooty hoops are awesome. Shooty hoops are number one, and your Auburn Tigers are once again officially, not just officially been named, but have earned, protected, battled for the right to be called the best in college basketball for the second time in program history. Now, we're celebrating this, Austin, obviously a week later because the polls come out on Monday and our shows on Sunday nights. You get, I'm just spelling it out for the viewers here. But what an accomplishment. You and I have talked about this a lot. Those little benchmarks, those records, those streaks that Bruce Pearl continues to knock down. And now he's creating new streaks or new records or things like that. This is the second time that Auburn has been ranked number one in the AP poll, and that is an incredible feat. And I know that just continues to add the list of things of why you love Bruce Pearl.
Absolutely. I said last week, if the AP poll messed this up, then there's no reason to give them any credibility more. Thankfully, they finally got it right. Auburn Tigers are number one once again. Now, the team has said this. I'm going to say it. This really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, right? It is mid-January. You want to be number one in early April. That is a long way to go. So now I recognize that, but it is good to see that Auburn is credited with this because it's become only even more apparent after losing their best player, after all these other top 10 teams, top 25 teams losing and having a rough night. Auburn has still managed to be on a winning streak here ever since Cameron Indoor. So really cool to see, really happy to see them back at number one. It's a little longer this time, right? Like last time it was like a short week of number one and then had the mishap, but looks like we're going to have a second week in a row of Auburn being number one tomorrow. If on Monday when the polls come out again. So well deserved. It should have happened a few weeks prior, but we'll take it now.
Well, listen, other people had to start dropping the ball as they continue to do so throughout the week.
That's right.
And we really see who's the best in the land. Here's the thing that I want to point out. And, there's still going to be people that question whether Auburn is the true number one, deservedly so. And I don't think at this point, if you're arguing against that at this moment in time, you're just being stupid and you're not being logical.
Well, they still got one voter decided to put Iowa State at number one last week, and we see how that went yesterday.
Yep.
So we'll see how he does tomorrow.
Thank you for proving my point. You're being stupid and you're being illogical. Sorry, correct. I'm just be honest with you. But the fact that they have attained this second time as number one without Janai Broome, who was at the time the leading candidate for Player of the Year and may still be again by the end of the year. But also you're doing that with some very tough SEC competition. One of those is on the road. Yes, one is at home, which gives us an incredible advantage. That's an impressive feat no matter how you slice it, because that proves that this isn't just about one player. This is a full, well-rounded team. And one more thing, Austin, I don't know if you caught this yesterday. You lose Janai Broome, but you've also had a game in your last one on the road where the guys that are going to be replacing him, Chaney and Dylan, I think the stat was between the two of them only had 4 or 5 points. So the guys that you think are going to be making up the points in that area didn't even make it up in that one particular game. This is the best team in college basketball right now, hands down. And I'm not too hopeful to think that they can continue to do that for quite some time.
It's the deepest and it's the best. You're right. You want Janai Broome back because of what all he brings to the table, what all he brings to the team, because he is, at the time of his injury, wasn't the best player in college basketball. I think that, you hope that they don't have to carry that weight too long. I had a friend tell me yesterday, every Saturday here from now till the rest of the season, as of the current polls, this might change tomorrow morning, Auburn will play a ranked team. So the SEC, as we have said over and over and over, is only getting harder and deeper. So you certainly want him back as quickly as possible. But right now, like you said, this team and the depth of this team has lived up to the test.
Yes, it has lived up to the test and then some. And we couldn't be more proud of the way that they have attained this right to be number one, but have defended it. And we'll see how it continues throughout the season. Yes, and then maybe definitely into the postseason.